Hello from Baltimore. This is Lois, bringing you a step-by-step tutorial for setting up OBS for your video recording. Please feel free at any time during this video to pause it and to follow along the steps. The first thing you'll need to do, of course, is to download the Open Broadcaster software online at obsproject.com. You want to download the OBS Studio version that is right for your operating system. So for me, I have Windows, so I clicked this button and then it started to download on my browser. After it finishes downloading, when you click the file, the first thing that you should see is your computer asking you if you want to allow this program to make changes to your PC or computer, and you say yes. Then the Setup Wizard window will pop up. Follow along with me. First I said next. Then I agreed to the license agreement. And then I chose I didn't change anything for the installation location. I just took what the default was and I said install. And then I waited for the program to install. Once the program installs, it will ask you to finish the installation. So I clicked finish. And then before OBS opens up for the first time, it will ask you to agree with another license agreement. So I clicked I agree. Finally, you see OBS has been installed successfully. I'm going to maximize the screen by clicking this square button. The first thing you have to do is tell OBS what you would like your video contents to be. So for me, the first thing is I would like OBS to record my monitor, anything that is going on my screen. And then I would like to add another layer, and that is the video input of my face so that the audience can see me. The first thing you'll do is to add a source to the scene. You can click this plus button here on the corner and click display capture. You can rename your display capture to whatever you want it to be, but I'm just going to keep mine as the default and say OK. Then it will give you a preview of what your display capture looks like. Again, hit OK. Now I'd like to add a video input. Just like display capture, you'll have to go to the corner here and click the plus button, add, and then you'll have to add the video capture device. Again, you can rename your video capture device, but I decided not to change anything, and then you click OK. Once you click OK, it will show you a preview of that video capture device. Right now, you can see here in the device row that I'm using the camera that is on my laptop. And generally, the video camera that came with your laptop is sufficient for these videos because we're not trying to film a blockbuster movie. But if you have another external camera that you want to connect to your computer for better quality video, you can connect that device and you can select it here. After that, you click OK. And then you see your video input that has been layered on top of your display. But I see that it's not in the position I want it to be, and it's also a little bit big. So let me teach you how to resize and move the video. First, to move the location of the video, you can click anywhere along the video input and you can drag it to the location that you want. So for me, I'd like to put it on my bottom right hand corner of the screen. But right now it's even too big, and I'm afraid that it'll cover up my material that I want to show. So I'm going to resize the video by clicking and dragging the corners. You can click here and drag to make it smaller. And voila! You see that now my video capture input is now an appropriate size. Now we are almost ready to record. We just have to adjust some settings in OBS so that the recordings go as we want them to go. To adjust the settings, you want to click the settings button, and that will bring up a settings window. You'll start off in this general section, but we don't have to change anything unless you want to change the language input here. We actually want to go to the output settings. So you click the output tab, and here the main thing we want to do is change the recording path for the videos so that they go exactly where we want them to go. So you'll click browse, and then you can specify the exact location. For me, I wanted to put the videos in my videos folder, and in the videos folder I created another new folder called video tutorials. So I'm just going to select the folder that I want and confirm that the name of that folder is right here, and then I'll click select folder, and you can confirm that the recording path has been changed to the one that you want. Next, we want to change the audio settings. Recording videos here using OBS is pretty simple, but the one other piece of hardware that we recommend you have is an external mic, because the ones that come with your computer fail to provide very high quality audio. So if it's possible, it would be nice for you to have an external microphone. And in this case, you can come to the line that says mic auxiliary audio device. Right now it is set to default, but I'm going to change the selection to the specific microphone that I'm using. And once you confirm that that setting has been changed, we can go and change the last category of settings that we want to change, which is the hotkeys. And in the hotkeys, we're just going to input hotkeys for two of the lines, for start and stop recording. You can choose any combination of keys for the start and stop recording, but this is a picture of my keyboard, and on my keyboard I have the control key, the alt key, and the space bar key that are conveniently located next to each other, and it's not a combination of keys that I usually would use for something else. So I'm going to designate these three keys as the shortcut. Hotkeys can be thought of as shortcuts for my start recording and my stop recording commands. So if you put your cursor here in this box and click the three keys, Control, Alt, and Spacebar, it will automatically fill in that space with the combination that you have just clicked. And I'm going to use the same combination for my stop recording command. Finally, you'll hit OK. I know the hotkeys might be a little bit confusing right now, but we'll demonstrate how they're used and hopefully it'll be much clearer. All right, now we're almost ready to record. Just one note. I just want to note that in your sources box, the video capture device should be on top of the display capture. And this is because these sources are layered. And the order that you see them in the source box is the order that the video will be recorded. So for example, if the display capture were on top of the video capture, you wouldn't be able to see the video input because the display capture is your entire screen, and it would be laid on top of that video capture. So in this case, you want to click your video capture device and you want to move it up by clicking this up button. And then you should be able to see your video capture on top of your display capture. All right, and now we are really ready to record. So for this video tutorial, I've been using screenshots that I copy and pasted onto a PowerPoint. So for recording this video tutorial, I went into my PowerPoint window and I clicked the slideshow button, which is this small button here in the corner. As a side note, did you know that the F5 key on PCs will start the slideshow from the beginning? So this is a shortcut to remember for the future also. So after you click F5 or you click the slideshow button down here, your screen should look like this. Your screen should have, the entire screen should be taken up by whatever you want to show. And at this point, you'll remember that we programmed some hotkeys. These were shortcuts for starting and stopping the recording. And these are useful because when you're starting and stopping a recording, you don't have to go back to the OBS software to click start and to click stop. So this makes for a cleaner beginning and an end of the video so that you don't have to edit that later. So once you're seeing the first slide that you want to record, you can click that combination. Remember, on my computer, I programmed it as Control, Alt, and Spacebar, but really you can use any combination that you'll remember and you find convenient. So I'm going to click Control, Alt, and Spacebar to start the recording. So whereas on my screen, I'm only seeing the slideshow. When you start recording, the video will look like this. Because remember, you specified a video capture device on top of your display. All right, but I see that I don't really like the placement of my video because it's covering the logo. So I'm going to exit out of my PowerPoint and onto the OBS software. And I'm just going to click and drag to change the location of my video. So I'm going to click and I'm just going to drag that up to the upper right hand side so that it doesn't cover the logo. All right, I'm going to return to my PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to click F5 or the slideshow button again to start the video recording. And of course, to start the video recording, you're going to click the combination of the keys that you programmed. So for me, again, that's Control, Alt, and Spacebar, and that's when the video recording starts. And later, when I go and check my video recording, I see that that I like this better because my video capture is not on top of any of the logos. So you can continue recording your video tutorial, and then when you get to the very end and you say your thank yous, you're going to have to stop the recording by clicking the same combination of hotkeys. And remember, for me that was Control, Alt, Spacebar. So when I click that one more time, I'm going to stop the recording automatically without having to exit PowerPoint and go into OBS to stop the recording. So the hotkeys you can think of as a shortcut. It's a convenient shortcut to start and stop the recording, even if you're not in OBS. Of course, after you make a video recording, you have to confirm that everything turned out the way you wanted it to look. So you'll exit PowerPoint or wherever you were recording the video tutorial. And in your folders, remember that I chose to put my recorded videos in the videos folder, and specifically in the video tutorial folder. And I can see all the drafts of this video tutorial that I made before this one. And because the names are all different and a little bit complicated, I have no way of telling which video I want to check. So in this case, what I like to do is to right click and go to View and Details. And when you click Details, it will set up your videos in this kind of view where you can see a date column with a timestamp. So you can see, so you can identify which video exactly you need to confirm. This video is about 16 minutes long, which is more than twice over the 7-minute guideline that we presented, but I hope it was helpful. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me by email. Thanks very much for your attention. I look forward to seeing all of your videos soon.